Hey everybody, Raven here, and today I have an amazing piece of American history here in front of me, also European history to be exact. You might ask yourself, what are these? These are peace medals, ladies and gentlemen. And before I get into what these really represent, I want to say a special shout out and thank you to my friend that let me borrow these so that I could share this amazing piece of history with everybody. Again, thank you to him. And so you might ask yourself, what are peace medals? Well, peace medals were something that were used before even the United States was became a country. The British, French, and Spanish troops often presented Native American tribal leaders or other leaders that they encountered throughout the world with these silver medals right here as a distinction, a token of distinction and allegiance. These medals were often gifted along with national flags and other gifts, and a number of silver medals were issued under King George I and II, and some have been excavated in Pennsylvania, when they found them buried, which is pretty cool. The reverse shows an American Indian offering a peace pipe to what would be called a Quaker at that time. This one here is from 1757 and is just unbelievable that I can't imagine what this thing is seen in its lifetime, and it's cool to see the representation of what that really is. It's pretty darn cool. So before the United States was made a country, these medals had been used in European nations to get favor and secure military alliances with tribal leaders and tribes during wartime. In return, the Native American tribes saw these medals as a pledge to supply trade and commodities such as kettles, beads, ornaments, clothes, food, and weapons. And after the American Revolution, because of the symbolic importance of these medals in maintaining peace relations with Indian tribes, the United States government continued to practice this. And Thomas Jefferson, the first Secretary of the State, described the policy in 1793 as an ancient custom from time immemorial. Jefferson's first medal, it was issued in 1801, displayed on one side a bust of Thomas Jefferson, on the other side the clasped hands of an Indian and a U.S. soldier. And that is represented right here. Right there we see peace and friendship with the pipe and the tomahawk as well as the shaking hands. So that is a really cool, and it continued on a lot of these. Um, so the next thing here is the distribution of these presidential medals often accompanied nearly every formal interaction between Native Americans and the U.S. federal government. So these were given out quite a bit, and they were really highly treasured and kept by tribal leaders. They came in three different sizes in 1829. Lewis Cass, the governor of Michigan Territory, and William Clark, so Lewis and Clark, the superintendent of Indian Affairs at St. Louis, issued a proposal of the U.S. government to have regulations for the government of the Indian Department. These largest medals were reserved for the chiefs, while the mid-sized ones would be given to war chiefs. The smallest ones were often given to the less distinguished chiefs and warriors. So this big giant one right here would go to the chief of the tribe, and that right here is Zachary Taylor. And this thing is pretty amazing. The amount of artwork and stuff that they put into these is epic. This one is from 1847, ladies and gentlemen. It says it's depicting a view of Buena Vista. So this right here would have gone to the highest chief. This medium sized one that you see here from 1856 with Andrew Johnson would have gone to, the war chief. And then the smaller one that you see here, this would have gone to the lesser chiefs or some of the warriors, the distinguished warriors of that battle or whatnot. Very, very cool pieces of history. This one's from 1871, and Goodwill Towards Men, it says. These things are just really, really cool. A matter of fact, if you ever see this book right here, the Indian Peace Medals in American History, this book is a really cool encyclopedia basically of what these were, how they were made and sought after. Here you can see different tribal chiefs wearing sometimes multiple piece medals as, showing how proud they were to own these because they were gifted to them by, presidential leaders and members of the United States government. I'll show a couple of these as we go through here, and I'm just, again, very, very happy to be able to share these with you. And so let me show you the different ones. Right here we have Grover Cleveland. This one here was a inaugural medal, and they almost all have these holes drilled in them because that's how they would wear these around their neck. They'd put a piece of cloth through there, and as you can see, there's the peace and friendship, and that was John Adams. Right here we have Grover Cleveland, I believe. No, wait, this is William Fillmore. Boy, I messed that up. William Fillmore. You see the American soldier and the Native American chief. Next one here is Andrew Jackson, and this from 1829. I mean, these things are just unbelievable. And, we live in an area where there's tribes, so this is a little bit more common to see here than other places. Here we have James Buchanan. And the next one here is Abraham Lincoln, ladies and gentlemen, from 1862. That is unbelievable to have a piece that was probably held by him and given to, a chief later. There's another James Buchanan. And let's see here. What is this one? This is Franklin Pierce. And this one is, again, another Franklin Pierce. We had two of those. Right there we have another Abraham Lincoln. And then Chester Arthur. This was his inaugural medal. So there's a couple of inaugural medals mixed into the group. And sometimes these were plated in brass or dipped in gold. That one there is James Madison. We have John Adams. And then this one says John Quincy Adams, which is very, very cool. And then last but not least, a James Monroe, done in the same distinctive background. Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I think these are just unbelievable, and if they could tell us their stories, wouldn't that be even more amazing? Like always, if you want to correspond, it's ravenhawkcoins@gmail.com. Our P.O. Box is 721-296, Norman, Oklahoma, 73070. Again, like always, make sure to take care of one another, and we'll see you real soon. Ravenhawk Coins, have a great day.